Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. How are you all doing?
Great.
Good.
So tonight, let me show you what we have our announcements. For week 13. So as usual, the reading material, you have your chapter 12 and the lecture 10 here. Sorry, lecture 11 is the presentation. So then for the assignments, you have test 9 and discussion assignment, discussion 11. And that's basically what it is. So we can begin now on lecture 11. We'll be looking at human behavior and the art of persuasion, whether in business or in governmental organization, and even in a non-profit organization as well. But that if we understand people, why they do what they do, and we can be able to influence their morale and job performance. So, in other words, understanding people, why people do what they do, it's very important for any manager to be able to do that, or any leader to be able to do that, because it can help him or her to motivate the employee to do the right thing that will help the company or the organization, or even if it is a government department, that will help the department achieve their goal. So when work is done, even at home, on a personal level, when you're done with the work, regular job at home, and in your relationship with people, when you understand why people do what they do, it will help in dealing with family and friends as well. So many management writers have done some work in this area. One of them, Mr. Lee Iacocca, is a business leader. According to him, there's a formula for success. And those formula include, what he's trying to say here, that success occurs when the leader focuses on 3 P's, which are people, products, and profit, in that order. Focus on the best way to make the best use, or to get the best from people, from their products, and from, which will, getting the best from people will mean that they will have good products and services to offer, which also means that when they have good people working for them, making good products and providing good services, profit will follow. So now, whether it is a leader who is closing a deal, or an employee who is asking for a raise, or a leader who is trying to motivate the sales force, or even one that is negotiating one-on-one with maybe a new customer, or somebody buying a new company, or turning around an old one, all business situations always come down to what? To people situations. So you make your money from people. You have to do business with people, and you have people working for you. So all business situations always almost come down to people situations. So those individuals who are well informed, who are finely in tune, and who are very aware of how to understand why people do what they do, and how to leverage on it, they always have an edge over others, whether it's in the industry or in the department, if it's a government agency. This will bring us to psychological forces that comes to when it comes to human behavior. Now, I wrote here that physical and emotional needs are important determinants of human behavior. Now, if you understand, I mean, it's human nature. If you understand, of course, we know that individuals have their psychological needs of different types. We know that, but what we may fail to know, or what we do, some people don't understand that. We understand how to use or take advantage of these psychological forces. They will help you in explaining why people work, or actually that they explains why people work, why they have certain personal goals, what they want in their relationship with others. So if you understand that and we apply it when dealing with people, when I say people, I mean employees, customers, new business partner, and of course, employee versus the management. If you understand that, it will really help a lot when it comes to dealing with people. Now, this psychologist went further. His name is Abraham Maslow. He went further and divided human needs into 5 categories. According to Abraham Maslow, human needs includes physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, self-actualization needs. So now, one thing about this needs is that when you are at this level of need, let's say physiological needs, those in poor countries, or not in poor countries, even poor families that are poor, they're trying to survive. So they are worried about what they eat, what they will drink, how to pay their basic bills. So those kind of families, they're not even thinking about buying a house. They're thinking of what to eat. So now, at that point, that's what they are thinking: how to survive, how to take care of their kids. Stuff like that. Now, when they satisfy that need, then the new need will emerge. This one becomes safety need. Now, we have solved the problem of hunger, of living paycheck to paycheck. Now, we now have our own house, have the cars, so we need safety, how to secure our job, to make sure that we don't lose this house. Yeah. But when we are at the physiological needs, need for food, shelter, clothes, they're not even thinking about buying a house. So what I'm trying to say here, in essence, that when we satisfy one need, a new need will emerge. And all of them fall into these 5 categories of needs. Yeah, let's look at them one by one. And there's a chart for that. You can see the physiological needs, which are the basic needs. The physiological needs, like need for food, water, warmth, rest, and of course, shelter. The next one is that once you satisfy this need for security and safety will emerge. And we start thinking of that. As soon as you satisfy the need for security and safety, you're now looking for the need for love and belongingness. So somebody who is hungry, trying to pay his bills and take care of his family, he's not even thinking about belongingness. And he might think of love for his spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, but you're not thinking about belongingness yet. You want to take care of the basic things. But as soon as he satisfies that need for these 2 needs, the need for belongingness starts showing up. Then once you satisfy this need for belongingness, then esteem needs starts to manifest. You want to show, or she want to show that he is somebody, he's well respected in the society, stuff like that. Unlike before, he wasn't worried about those stuff. He want to take eat, have a house, buy food, take care of the children. That's what he was thinking. But now, once he satisfied them, the self-esteem need now emerge. Once he satisfied this one, now he's looking for self-actualization. He wants to give back. That time you'll be asking yourself, what will I be remembered when I'm gone? So let's look at them one by one. So Maslow, like I said, we call them Maslow hierarchy of needs. So according to him, people are motivated to fulfill these needs before moving to the other needs. So he also believes that these needs are similar to the instinct and play a major role in motivating behavior. So if you understand this need, employee can say, okay, he is a minimum wage worker, so he have the need for, so he has to satisfy the physiological needs. Let us motivate him or her by giving him a raise or giving her a raise to ensure that he satisfies that physiological needs. So by giving her a raise or giving him a raise, we are helping her to satisfy those needs. And in return, he or she will put her best or his best for the good of the company. So let's look at physiological needs. Physiological needs means the needs that are fairly apparent, and they include needs that are vital for our survival. So they are very important for our survival. Good examples of this need are food, water, breathing, shelter, clothing, and the need for sexual reproduction. These are the needs that we need them for survival. Without food, we can't survive. Without water, we can't survive. Without shelter, of course, you know that. Clothing, then they need to reproduce so that we have new generation that will take over from us after we are, So we need that have that need, physiological needs. If you can help that employee, this is actually the essence of motivating employees. Give them raise, promotion, to make sure that they satisfy these needs, and then they will give back their best for you in return. So as soon as you satisfy the physiological needs, you have a house, you have food, you have water, you have place to live, an apartment, you have clothes, and of course you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a spouse, wife, husband, then that need is now satisfied. By the time you know it, you start looking for safety needs, which means the need to control your life or other your lives. Things like financial security. Okay, if something happens now, if I lose this job, what am I gonna do? I don't like living paycheck to paycheck. So that's when you will be thinking of that time. You'll be thinking of that. What can I do to avoid living paycheck to paycheck? Do I need more education to get a promotion? Do I need to learn new skills to increase my income? Before, you are just looking for income. Now you're trying to increase it. So the need for financial security, for a bigger job, a high-paying job, the need for health and wellness. Safety against accidents. That's when it starts looking for those needs. Now, suppose that you now got an education, have your degree, got that big job, your dream job. That means you have satisfied safety needs. You have satisfied physiological needs and safety needs. Then, as soon as you do that, next need will manifest, which means need for belongingness and love. Oh, I have my career, I have my job, I have a house, but I don't have somebody I can call my own, or stuff like that. Emotional relationship needs that become a priority. Unlike before, it wasn't a priority, but now it becomes a priority. Somebody you can trust, somebody can, and also not only that, you also have more need for friendships, for romantic attachments, for family, for being a member of a social group or community group or churches. That is when those needs become important overnight, because you have achieved the physiological and safety needs. When you were are trying to achieve your physiological needs. You're not even thinking of belonging to a church or belonging to romantic attachment, or you just want to get what you need first. Then once you satisfy that, the need for belongingness, the next one that emerges is the esteem need. According to Maslow, this type of need is the need, the need for appreciation and respect. You want respect, you want to be appreciated. So once the need, like I said, like I explained before, once the need at the bottom of 3 levels have been satisfied, then this esteem need began to play a more prominent role in your life and in your behavior as well. So at this stage, people need to sense that they are valued by others. They are valued by their employees. They are valued by their employers. They are valued in their neighborhood. They are valued by their spouse, and so on and so forth. So that need will manifest, because now you're no longer hungry. You have a house, you have a job. So now you're looking for being appreciated. So that's when you see people start participating in all kinds of professional development activities, academic accomplishment, athletic participation, and start looking for their personal hobbies. All this can play a role in self-esteem needs. Now, at the top of that, once you have this need satisfied, then the next need will now manifest, which is self-actualization need. So, as you can see, it is at the very top of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is the achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. So at this point, the individual will become self-aware and is mainly concerned with personal growth, less concerned with the opinion of others. He doesn't care about the opinion of others. What he's interested in is, what can I do to improve myself? That's when you see some people start taking some classes, maybe there's this popular one, meditation classes, or different kind of hobbies, start pursuing their dreams, because now they have their career, they have their house, they have this, they want, so even start to do some charity work, trying to give back to the society. So that's basically what Maslow is trying to say under this hierarchy of needs. The need, physiological needs comes first. Once you satisfy this need, the next need emerge, which is safety needs. Once you satisfy the safety needs, you see the belongingness and love needs, then self-esteem, and then the last one, which is the self-actualization needs. Now, so all these needs, if the manager or the leaders are well informed about these needs, because they are actually human nature, they can figure out a way to make sure that, or help the employees to reach their goal with respect to satisfying this need. Okay, they want to provide for their family, they want to be respected, they want to financial security, and so okay, that's why they have provided you with if you are working full-time, the benefits, 401k, bonuses, and also the employees, sometimes at the end of the year, they say best employee of the year awards. So trying to motivate the employees for better. So those employers or leaders who understand this very, very well, they are always interested in the best way to motivate their employees. And this will bring us to the concept of motivation in the workplace. Simply put, motivation means any type of compelling force that induces a behavior, that causes a behavior. What you can do to cause a behavior. I'll give you an example. Businesses, let me use grocery stores. Grocery store know that customers want food, they want household goods at affordable price. So sometimes they want to change the behavior of customers by offering sales discounts. You might say, okay, we're having a sale, 40% discount. What will happen? It will motivate those many people to come to that store that weekend that they're having the sale to make purchases. So like, see, that is a need. Psychological, knowing that many of the customers that come to those grocery store have the psychological needs. And if you help them to satisfy that need by lowering the prices, you see them coming. So that's kind of motivation. Now, I remember when some of my friends in those days, they work at the nursing homes, right? And sometimes during the holiday, if the nursing home doesn't have people like to stay at home on holiday, like Thanksgiving holiday or Christmas holiday. So now, those employees who doesn't have any schedule to work that week might decide to stay at home because it is a holiday after all. Now, but what some of this nursing home does is that they'll tell you, listen, if you are agree to work on a holiday, they'll pay you extra. So I know some of them then that were making $15 an hour in those days. And then they'll say, okay, if you work on Thanksgiving Day, we're gonna pay you 25 hours. Then you see them having people calling in to work. That is kind of motivation. That employee needs has psychological needs and even probably safety needs. And by offering that incentive, you have motivated him or her to come to work that day. So what I'm trying to say here is that leaders who understand this thing, this need that human being has, and who are willing to provide or help them get it, those leaders always get things done. Now, I'll give you another example. Well, when I come to the United States, in those that year there were that was 2004. The United States was at war in Iraq and in Afghanistan. So almost every day, let me say every week, there's a lot of bad news on the TV about many soldiers who were killed by suicide bombers and roadside bombs, and they're big. So it was like almost every day. Yet they want to finish what they started in Iraq and Afghanistan. So the U.S. Army still want more people to come into the army. So a lot of people see people dying, soldiers coming in with that left United States alive, but came back in a casket. So they don't want to go. Many families don't want their kids, but now the army started to promise them, we're gonna give you scholarship. So when you are you work for you enlist, you don't have to worry about student loan. We can even pay this college tuition for your kids. Then we have sign-on bonus of 10,000. So you saw, because of that, even as more soldiers kept losing their lives in Iraq, more people are even joining. The kind of incentive and motivation that the U.S. Army provided for all the soldiers is so enticing, and it motivated many people to join. And they did. And when they joined, they want to do a good job, because when they do a good job, they also receive award, distinguished service, and it's a lot of mouth-watering incentive they have. I imagine going to college, going to graduate school, and come out without any student loan hanging on your neck. And also your children are guaranteed that they can go to college with almost like something like it's free tuition. So many soldiers many people were joining, enlisting, and they never lacked soldiers who would go to Iraq or Afghanistan, or even to any foreign peacekeeping mission. So that is motivation. So when employers can, if they can understand that, they can make a very big, achieve a big feat with that. Now, so that is the essence of motivation. Like I said, if you keep on saying have that employee motivation is the key to organization success. Any organization, whether it is non-profit, government, or business organization. So without motivation, the companies will experience reduced productivity. They will experience lower level of output. And not only that, it is very likely that the company will fall short of reaching their goals as well. Yeah. So let us see the relationship between Maslow's needs and hierarchy of needs and motivation. Although I know I've already I've explained it in a way. According to Maslow's theory or hierarchy of needs theory, like I said, it is a template of human motivation for human motivation. Let me put it that way. So the managers must identify the need level at which the existing employee and also those needs that can be utilized to push for motivation. So if they can find that, they can achieve a great deal. So when it comes to physiological needs, the manager should use or should give employees appropriate salaries to buy their basic necessities of life. A motivated employee is a very productive employee. So at workplace, they should make the workplace conducive as well, so that they can have breaks and eating opportunities that will suit the employees. So also when it comes to safety needs, then they should provide employees with job security. Now, providing employees with job security, that one is a contingent on this, the state of the company or the organization at that time. If the organization is facing, if the country is facing a recession whereby people are losing their job and the company cannot afford to keep the more of the available number of staff they have in their payroll, there's nothing they can do than to lay off. As a matter of fact, was why during the COVID-19, when they started to become a pandemic in year 2020, many businesses are not making sales and are closing down because of lack of sales. And then that means the employers have to lay off some of them. So to prevent that from, especially in the airline industry, to prevent that from happening and stop COVID-19 from causing a recession in the country, that was why the US government started giving employers money. They call it paycheck protection, so that even though you cannot afford to, let's say have 5 employees, but you only need 2 because of the fact that sales went down. So instead of firing the 3 and keeping 2, which even those 2, you're not even sure of keeping them because of low sales, you can, the government gave you money to protect so that you can still pay them even though there was no sale until certain number of months have passed to see if you can bounce back. Then they also try to empower employees by sending those stimulus checks. I don't know, some of you, I don't know if I've seen this before. Any dollar you spend is income to somebody else. So if you spend the money in a grocery store, now the grocery store will make sales, then pay their workers. And those workers will now, because they receive their salaries, they can take their family to dinner. So that's the money become income to the restaurant. So you keep going like that. But whereby people are losing their job, the employer cannot pay higher. So you laid off, people are losing their job. They are scared to spend money. And when they're scared to spend money, employers cannot make sales. So instead of hiring, they lay off. That will cause this. That's what causes recession. So, but with that stimulus payment, you are confident that you have money. You spend it, so money keep multiplying, and life goes on. So that was why they paid those stimulus payments, and that they were able to prevent recession from occurring in the U.S. economy, at least in the short run. So now, when it comes to social needs, the management should encourage teamwork and organize social events at the company. It's the end of year party, associations in the company, maybe grapevine, or they can provide a free coffee, so that employees can, during break, they can go there and drink coffee and talk to each other and so on and so forth. Then, as far as self-esteem needs are concerned, the manager can appreciate and reward employees on accomplishing and exceeding their targets. So let's say that they want to increase sales by 5% this quarter, and the employees worked hard to do that. And then they were rewarded with the bonuses, extra, maybe 10% increase in extra bump in salary, or even 5%. That will motivate them to do more in next quarter, because they know that they are getting something. One thing I want you guys to understand is, at the end of the day, we are all business people. What I mean that we are always we're always looking for something, maybe looking for a career, something that will help me in my career, something that will help me take care of my family, something that will help. So we're looking for something. That is what I call business. So on that basis, any form of motivation, in form of maybe monetary or otherwise, or extra. So I think let me put it in this way: any form of incentive can motivate you to move in a direction that you might will benefit the company and even benefit you as well. So incentive is the determinant of most human being actions of human beings. So the management can give deserved employees higher job rank or position, and this can be served as a motivating factor as well. Then as far as self-actualization needs are concerned, those who have already satisfied the other needs categories, and what they want now is self-actualization, they want to prove themselves. Okay, so the managers can give them more challenging job or more challenging projects in which the employees' skills and competencies are fully utilized. Now, they can even provide them good opportunities, so that if you are able to get this project done successfully, we're going to promote you to vice president for product development, stuff like that. So that's a kind of good opportunity that can also motivate the people and them. Any question? Any questions, scholars?
No questions. No questions.
Now,
No questions.
Okay, very good. So now I'm sure that by now you guys will be thinking, when will he grade our research paper? Don't worry, I'm going to grade the research paper this weekend, so that by Monday it will be there. You know your grade on your research paper. After that, I will be able to give you their project so that you can finish it on time. So anyway, we have a less. We can't achieve much in 5 minutes, so I'm going to time us out, and then please wait for when I time us out. Wait for 10 minutes and log back in. Another thing I want to say that today we're not going to stay that long today because I have to take care of some important matter. But so after this session and the next session that we'll have after this one, we'll also be ending the class earlier today. Yeah.
So, Professor, I do have a question then.
Yes, go ahead.
There's no need for anybody else to say. It's personal.
Okay, that means, oh, is that for, is it about the email you sent to me?
It's about the email that I sent to you about the test, yes, and then also about my grade.
Okay, all right. So after the last this session, after that, then we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna time you out. Then wait for 10 minutes, then log back in.
Okay.